Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining today. I'm going to do a quick presentation about work order and reactive maintenance management within Limble. So to get started today, we'll be working out of the desktop and the mobile app here on the right. On the desktop side, you'll see my Limble location here. Within each location, you'll have a manage work, an asset section, a plan maintenance, parts, teams, vendors, and purchasing. We're going to start out with the assets. Now, the assets in Limble are generally structured as a parent-child. I have a quick example built there as well of a building. Within the building, I have my HVAC. Within that HVAC unit, I have my rooftop, right? My actual asset. Now, expanding on this asset, this is what we like to call our asset viewer card, right? I can see the picture in the top left of this rooftop unit and all of my critical information such as make, model, category, even have a spot for uploading documents. These are all customizable and you can have whatever fields you deem necessary on your assets. So again, jumping into the main focus of the call today is we will go over the work orders and work requests, both reactive maintenance processes within Limble. I want to start by first going over a work order. Now, a work order could be a scenario where generally a user in our system, right, whether it is a technician or a maintenance manager, goes up to this specific RTU unit, sees it's broken. We want to document that reactive maintenance. So I'll go ahead and click Start a Work Order. Let's just say, hey, this RTU is leaking, for instance. Now I can set the priority. Let's say this is leaking through the ceiling and it's a really bad scenario there. I want to mark it a high priority. And then I can mark it either to my team or individual as far as assigning it goes. I'm going to go ahead and say this one will start at the manager level. So now I've created my reactive task there. That's going to be housed within that asset under open work orders. And I'll create both types of reactive maintenance and we'll go through and complete them. So that was the first type, would be a work order that's created by a user. Now, in Limble, whenever you create an asset, just like this rooftop unit, it will generate a QR code for you. Now, these QR codes can be placed directly on the asset, or they can be placed on the parent asset, or even the URL can be placed on a computer and saved, right? So we don't have to be an actual Limble user to submit what we call a work request. Anyone can do this in the system. If you're watching this webinar, you can actually pull out your phone and scan that work request portal yourself as well. I'll show you an example of what it would look like to submit this work request. I'll hold up my phone. It will scan that QR code and pull up my work request portal. Now this is completely customizable as far as the work request portal goes. I can say, hey, at the title, AC not working. And then we even have speech to text functions, right? Say on this part, it looks like the RTU may be leaking. At that point, they can fill out their name and their email address. Now, if an email is entered, it will have some automations with that. It will actually send them a completed task email automatically. And then it will also have a two-way communication feature. So if I make a comment in my work request while I'm filling out that work order, it will push that comment to the requester and they can reply via email back. Also, just as important, we're able to add any pictures or documents. So if I want to add some color to my description, I'll go ahead and snap a picture of my rooftop unit from my phone. And I can even annotate on that picture to show exactly where this issue is happening. Hey, it looks like it's leaking from there. Let's go ahead and check that out. So I'm able to collect all that information in a very streamlined process. And again, this is completely customizable. So if you need to add or take away from any of these instructions, you certainly can. And before I submit this, I will point out that you are able to check the work requests you have submitted. Again, streamlining a process there, just making sure everyone's on the same page. So I'll go ahead and submit this work request. Now, when it comes to the process of who this goes to, I have that set up to go to a manager and then be assigned out. But It is completely customizable based off if you want it going directly to the technicians, a scheduler, or maybe you want to do it by specific asset who gets that request notification. You certainly can. So we'll go ahead and go back to our home screen here for now on the mobile application. And then I'm going to go in the desktop piece over to my Manage Work screen. Now, the Manage Work screen has all of the teams and users and what tasks were assigned to them. As you can see, I have the rooftop is leaking work request at my manager right now. If I grab that, I can drag that over and assign it to Max as well. So it's as simple as a drop and drag. Max would then get an email and a push notification on the mobile device showing that there's new tasks, and I will put both the work order and the work request to Max. So at this point in time, we can go over here and open up the tasks now in the mobile app, and we'll show you an idea of what that looks like to complete on the mobile application. So if I click My Tasks, I can see, hey, here's my work request and here is my work order, both for the rooftop unit. We'll go ahead and open up the work request. As you can see, I have the picture that was submitted with the work request at the top, the priority that is also customizable, and it's going to show it at the rooftop in building 1, assigned to Max, and automatically start tracking my downtime based off from when a work order or work request is created to completed. I have the option to log that time. It's going to show me the work requester's email, and here is all the information, the notes from the work requester and the picture in one place. At that point in time, you can create whatever SOPs that you need on the back end for the technicians or maintenance team to complete this task, or even vendors if that's something that you're doing. We'll go ahead and complete the task by just simply clicking on the box that we completed the task. If we needed to, I can add also any inventory here to this, invoices, purchase requests, purchase orders, and log additional time. So we do have a lot of functionality that we can maybe even cover later on in additional webinars. But just know we have all of that information that would be trackable. We can add additional comments. And then at the bottom, before I complete it, notice that it is keeping track of all of the time that this task is taking me. And so I can log that against my asset for labor. When I go to complete it, it automatically has my minute logged and then says, hey, did this actually cause any unplanned downtime? Now, if I click yes, we'll see that it will automatically log the 2 minutes that the task has been created for. At that point in time, I have an option to send a note to the requester. Hey, thank you for your request. We handled everything. Let us know if there's anything else we can do type of a thing. And then we can complete that out. At that point in time, that is going to be the total workflow. Again, it's based to be very user-friendly, but still collect all of that critical data needed for task and asset management. So we'll go ahead and we will back out and go back to our home screen on the mobile app. Then I want to jump back into the assets to paint the full picture of asset information that we had on our rooftop unit. Now I'll go ahead and click on the rooftop unit, click on my work orders tab, and I can see that, hey, I've got both of those work orders, the RTU is leaking, and the work request as well. Any parts here, and the log is going to be actually the source of truth for everything that's been completed on this asset. So that work request that we just completed where it says work request AC is not working, if for whatever reason I wanted to go back and take a look at that, I can click on this and see everything that was done and all of the comments on that task as well. And then we even have the asset report piece, which will show you the reports of the asset based off planned versus unplanned, mean time to repair, and mean time between failure. We'll go ahead and kick those tasks into the report. I'm going to show you an example of what that may look like on that report. See how I see one completed work order. It's all unplanned versus planned. My mean time to repair, mean time between failure. I even have a cost of ownership based off labor, parts, and invoices. So again, that is a 5-foot view of our reports for the asset based off today's discussion of reactive maintenance. We can go deeper and more broad in reporting as far as our global and custom dashboards. But as of today, we just really wanted to focus on, hey, what does a work order or work request look like in Limble? How easy is it to manage? And how do I collect the data going through that? So I hope you all took that out of today's presentation. We are happy to answer any questions or, of course, jump on a live demonstration with you and go deeper into any of these subjects. Have a great day. Thank you.